Beaujolais, Gamay. You should go to Beaujolais. If you go to France, take that extra time, go to Beaujolais. It's tucked into a beautiful spot. I mean, we're dead ball center, you know, between the Rhone Valley and Burgundy. So you can head from Beaune down to Lyon and stop in Beaujolais along the way. It is one of the most beautiful wine growing regions in the world. And the wines produced there are beautiful as well. For a long time, they were commercial, useful. And it wasn't Beaujolais' fault. That's how Beaujolais kind of found its niche, right? That's where Beaujolais found its spot, its warm, fuzzy place. But here's the deal. When you start on the high end and work down with customer regards, i.e., if you're a guy making Chambertin, you know, Grand Cru Burgundy, and then you decide to release a great Bourgogne Rouge, it's really easy for you to do that because your landmark wine, your stamp is $500 a bottle. The problem with Beaujolais is Beaujolais became so successful with Georges Duboeuf, working the low end, creating $10 wines, $8 wines, $12 wines, that Beaujolais is having a hard time breaking out of that and getting to a place where they can charge premium prices for what are premium wines for the top bottlings. So in the meantime, while Beaujolais is going through this renaissance, but like this reverse renaissance, if you will, then we're going to see opportunity in the market with great wines underpriced. Such is the case with the wines of Michel Guignier. Michel Guignier, we featured his 2019 Morgon quite some time ago, did great with it. This particular bottling, the Canon, and we're back with the 23, and we're so glad to have this wine because we knew he was going to break big. Well, he already broke big. That 2019 Canon was a 96-point wine, and boom, the 23, 99 points from James Suckling. Stuart Piggott, hell of a palate, working for jamessuckling.com. Real palate, real score, real number. Now, getting back to Guignier himself, he is an acolyte of the Gang of Four, you know, the famous Beaujolais producers from Kermit Lynch's wine importing stable. And he follows kind of like the philosophies of those guys to a T, right? Know this, know that, minimal everything in the cellar, super old vines, great terroirs, conscientious farming, organic farming, the whole 9 yards. And accordingly, his wines kind of reflect that. But I will say, along, as is with the case with the next generation of Gang of Four producers, you know, all the kids of Thévenet and Foillard and Lapierre, these wines are much cleaner now than those early Gang of Four wines produced in the 80s and 90s, which were the thrill of victory and agony of defeat. One wine was the best bottle you ever had, and the next one you poured down the sink. Not the case anymore. These wines are shiny, beautiful, impeccable, spotless, gorgeous, clear, perfumed, nuanced, spicy, granite. The rocks. You know, with Gamay, you get all this wonderful, silky, almost like liquid cherry or cherry kirschy type fruit, not to the extent of, say, Grenache and Châteauneuf-du-Pape, which some of those wines can head over to that kind of heavily sur maturité, heavily ripened line. Here you get that kind of kirsch character, but in this really, you know, tight, vertical, linear style that just presents so well in the glass. And this is serious wine, man. These are vines up to 70 years old, Burgundian winemaking technique, no destemming, all native yeast fermentation, and then everything aged in larger, older barrels or concrete tanks, I think. And almost nothing, a little bit of sulfur bottling to make sure the wine doesn't go. Great success. Brilliant, brilliant Beaujolais. Wow, that is some goosebumpy shit right there. This evokes the finest memories of great Beaujolais that we had in the 90s. You know, when Thévenet would hit one, when Lapierre would hit one, and you would think to yourself, what is this? What am I drinking? This liquid kind of cherry kirsch soaked rocks, spicy. Oh man. Better than I thought it was going to be. You know, we bought this blind because, you know, what the hell, 99 points, right? Kind of can't go wrong. You're going to find a butt for a seat, you know what I mean? But beyond that, we had an inkling that the wine would be great based on the vintage, which 23 is a great vintage in Beaujolais, and based on just the upward trajectory of Guignier. And boy, howdy. Silky, juicy, pure as a driven snow. I want to eat like 3 roast chickens right now. Like 3. I'll eat 3 roast chickens and drink this bottle of wine right now. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm trying to manifest it. Well, at least we got the wine. So about 25 cases available, $32.98 a bottle, 33 bucks for this. Incredible value. Incredible value. So, click, buy, like, subscribe.